Welcome to my channel, The Net Part. Today's video is going to be a gold mine for all UGC NET English aspirants. In this session, I am sharing the most repeated questions of all time, the ones that keep appearing in every cycle of UGC NET and JRF English literature. These are not random guesses. These are based on actual exam trends, previous year analysis, and high frequency topics from British, American, Indian, and literary theory sections. So grab your notebook and pen because every minute of this video can help you boost score 5 to 10 marks extra in the exam. Let's get started with literary ages and movements. Section 1, Literary Ages and Moments. One of the most repeated questions is from literary periods, and Nat loves to ask who belongs to which age. Number 1, for example, Geoffrey Chaucer, the father of English poetry, belongs to the medieval age. Number 2, William Shakespeare, the greatest dramatist, belonged to the Elizabethan age, which was the peak of the English Renaissance. John Milton, Puritan age, his Paradise Lost is a classic epic in blank verse. Alexander Pope and Jonathan Swift, Augustan age, also called the age of satire and age of reason. Wordsworth and Coleridge, Romantic age, marked by imagination, emotion, and nature. Charles Dickens and Thomas Hardy, Victorian age, full of moral questions and social realism. T.S. Eliot and Virginia Woolf, Modern Age, introducing experimentation and stream of consciousness. One question that almost never fails to appear: which work marks the beginning of the English Renaissance? Answer: Total's Miscellany, published in 1557, feature Wyatt and Surrey's sonnet. Section 2, Major Authors and Works. Now let's move to authors and their landmark works, the heart of every net paper. Repeated questions include: who wrote Paradise Lost? Answer is John Milton. It's about the fall of man, the disobedience of Adam and Eve. Memorize the first line of man's first disobedience and the fruit, and so on. The Rape of the Lock by Alexander Pope, a mock heroic epic satirizing upper class vanity. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, a social comedy about manners. It begins with one of the most quoted lines: "It is a truth universally acknowledged." The Wasteland, most important poem written by T.S. Eliot in 1922, the most discussed modern fragmented poem, portrays the spiritual and cultural decay of the post World War I modern society. Five parts, multiple voices, full of allusions, always comes as a question about symbolism or modernist fragmentations. These parts are mostly repeated in UGC NET. The poem is structured into five parts. First is Burial of the Dead, second is Game of Chess, third Fire Sermon, Death by Water, and fifth What the Thunder Said. Next is Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett, part of the Theatre of Absurd, is a tragic comedy play by Irish playwright and writer Samuel Beckett. It reflects the existential emptiness, two men waiting endlessly for someone who never comes. There is two main character. One is Vladimir, who is called Titi, and Estragon, who is called Gogo. And next we move to The Prelude by Wordsworth, called a spiritual autobiography. It's about the growth of poet's mind. Let's test you quickly. Who wrote Pamela? You should answer. It's Samuel Richardson, the first English novel. Next, we move to Section 3, Literary Theory and Criticism. Now, the section that scares many students but is actually the easiest to score. Literary theory and criticism. You just need to remember key thinkers and their key terms. First is Aristotle. He's called the father of literary criticism. He gave the concept of mimesis, which is art imitates life, and catharsis, emotional cleansing through tragedy, which we call purgation of feelings. Second is T.S. Eliot. He coined the term objective correlative, meaning a set of objects or situations that evokes a particular emotions in the audience. Next is Matthew Arnold. His touchstone method compare literary works with the classics to judge quality. Next, Roland Barthes, death of the author, meaning interpretation depends on the reader, not the writer. Jack Derrida, his deconstruction, every text has multiple meanings, no single truth. Next, Ellen Showalter, feminist criticism, especially gynocriticism, the study of women as writers. Next, Edward Said, Orientalism, 1978, How the West Misrepresents the East. Next is Homi K. Baba, Mimicry, Hybridity, Otherness, Core Ideas of Postcolonial Theory. And one more, Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak, Can the Subaltern Speak? This is her essay. The oppressed voice is silenced by power structure. In her essay, she criticizes how Western scholars represent and speak about non Western cultures. Spivak argues that knowledge produced in the West serves its economic interest and is not objective. Next is Indian writing in English, one of the most rewarding and proud sections for all of us. Most repeated questions. First one is first Indian novel in English, Raj Mohan's Wife, which is written in 1864 by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, and Booker Prize winners from India. First one is Arundhati Roy, The God of Small Things. Second is Kiran Desai, The Inheritance of Laws. And third is Arvind Adiga for The White Tiger. Next is R.K. Narayan's Malgudi Days, simple, humorous stories of Indian life. Second is Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children, marks the beginning of the Indian post-colonial literature in English. And third one is Kamla Das, confessional poet, famous for an introduction. Nizam Ezekiel, Knight of the Scorpion, father of modern Indian English poetry. A.K. Ramanujan, poem about culture and memory like a river. UGC NET often asks about the themes identity, feminism, diaspora, and culture hybridity. Next, we move to section 5 literary forms and genres. Now, the easiest marks come from forms and genres. These are purely definitions. First one is blank verse, unrhymed iambic pentameters used by Shakespeare and Milton. Second is sonnet, 14 line stanza poem, types Petrarchan, which is rhyme scheme is A B B A, A B B A, C D E, C D E, and Shakespearean rhyme scheme is A B A B, C D C D, E F E F G G. And the next is picaresque novel, adventures of a clever, roguish hero. Examples Don Quixote and Tom Jones. Next is Bildungsroman, a novel of personal development or education. Examples Jane Eyre and David Copperfield. epic simile, or Homeric simile. Long extended comparison used in epics. Stream of consciousness, inner flow of thoughts used by James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, Dorothy Richardson. You should read about stream of consciousness also. Next is tragedy and comedy. Tragedy, fall of a great person due to flaw, like Hamlet, and comedy, restoration and harmony as you like it. You can see my YouTube video and shorts on difference between or comparison between tragedy and comedy for better understanding of these two concepts. Remember, UGC NET often asks match the genre with the writer, so revise examples with definitions. Next, we are moving to section 6, revision, tricks and mnemonics. Before we close, here's a quick mnemonic to revise all ages. Chaucer, Elizabethan, Puritan, Restoration, Augustan, Romantic, Victorian, Modern and Postmodern. Say this line daily once, you'll never forget chronology again. And always remember, if you understand the age and its spirit, you can answer 60% of the literature paper easily. So, friends, these were the most repeated and evergreen questions of UGC NET JRF English Literature, the questions that define the exam pattern year after year. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Revision done below. Also, subscribe to my channel for daily UGC NET shorts, topic wise revision, and complete syllabus guidance. And also, follow my channel on Instagram, the net part. And don't miss my next video, top 10 modernist poets and many important topics that occurs in UGC NET and also important for UGC NET 2025. It's coming very soon. Keep studying smart, stay confident, and remember, consistency beat pressure every single time.